Ever have one of those days that just makes you want to scream? Well, buckle up, Buttercup, because we're about to take a deep dive into a story that'll make your worst day look like a walk in the park. We're talking flaming cereal, international intrigue, and a martial art that make Chuck Norris himself raise an eyebrow.
And to hire me up.
We're cracking open an official incident report straight out of the Frederick County Sheriff's Office. And let me tell you, this thing reads like a Coen Brothers film gone rogue.
Yeah, we're talking Deputy Mehoff's firsthand account of a situation that spiraled so far out of control in the easy living mobile home park. It's a wonder anyone made it out alive.
All right, so our saga begins with a guy named Kenny. Kenny's got himself a brand spanking new box of Frosted Flakes.
The breakfast of champions.
Right. You know, that sugary goodness that takes us all back to childhood? But little does Kenny know his pal Jaygo's about to turn that sugary goodness into a...
A digestive nightmare.
Precisely. Jaygo was battling some, shall we say, tummy troubles and decided to gift Kenny with what the report so delicately describes as a spray fart directly into the cereal box.
Now, I've heard of some questionable food combos in my time, but
Well, this takes the cake.
the report goes on to detail a thin layer of dookie coating those poor, unsuspecting flakes.
I can't help but laugh. The visual is just too much.
It's a crime against breakfast.
A serial killer, for sure.
Yeah.
So anyway, Kenny, completely oblivious to the horror lurking within him, pours himself a bowl.
Setting the stage for a truly unforgettable breakfast experience.
Oh, and get this. Jaygo tries to convince Kenny that it's some new chocolate flavor.
Talk about adding insult to injury.
It's almost Shakespearean.
Tragic, truly tragic.
So Kenny takes a bite, and the report actually captures the sound screaming and gagging.
I bet.
And meanwhile, Jaygo's over there losing his mind laughing, shouting about eating doo-doo shit flakes.
This Jaygo sounds like a real piece of work.
Oh, he's just getting started. Things escalate quickly. We're talking a full-blown brawl spilling out onto Route 11. Pure chaos.
Sound like a scene from a movie.
Oh, it gets better. The judge, presiding over this whole mess, fearing nuclear consequences, if Kenny ever got his hands on Jaygo again, comes up with a rather unconventional solution.
Let me guess. Anger management classes. Community service.
Exile. He ships Jaygo off to Thailand to cool down.
Exile. For a serial prank gone wrong, that seems a bit extreme.
You'd think, right? But that's where things take a truly fascinating turn.
More fascinating than dookie-covered flakes. I'm intrigued.
Oh, you haven't heard the half of it.
Hmm.
The report states that during his time in the Land of Smiles, Jaygo used his time wisely honing his skills in a rather unique and, let's say, specialized martial art.
Oh, do tell.
This is where we enter the world of Crunch Fu.
Crunch Fu. Now that's a name I haven't heard before.
And for good reason. According to Deputy Mehoff's report, Crunch Fu is a banned martial art, outlawed centuries ago for reasons that become quickly apparent once you understand its, shall we say, primary focus.
I'm on the edge of my seat here. Lay it on me.
Brace yourself. Crunch Fu is described as primarily a nutshot-based fighting style.
Okay, that's gotta hurt.
You think? The report actually quotes an ancient Thai proverb, "Too many groin strikes, not enough babies." It was apparently so effective in its targeted attacks that it had a noticeable impact on Thailand's population growth.
So basically, they banned it for population control. That's wild.
You can't make this stuff up. But the story doesn't end there. Oh no, Jaygo returns from his Thai exile seemingly repentant and ready to make amends with Kenny.
So he's turned over a new leaf.
Not quite. They meet up at a karaoke bar. Kenny's belting out a power ballad, pouring his heart out.
A classic setup.
And while Kenny's lost in the music, Jaygo seizes his opportunity.
What, does he spike his drink? Trip him on stage?
He superglues his shoes to the floor, lights a fart on fire, and sets Kenny ablaze.
Hold on, what? It's like a Looney Tunes episode gone wrong?
I told you this one was a wild ride.
But wait, there's more, right? You mentioned Crunch Fu.
We're just getting to the good part. Kenny's shoes are stuck, he's literally on fire, and in swoops Jaygo, unleashing his newly acquired Crunch Fu skills.
This is getting hard to follow. It's so over the top.
Just try and picture it. The report goes into excruciating detail. We're talking a flurry of spinning heel kicks to the groin and lightning-fast knee strikes.
I'm wincing just hearing you describe it.
And all of this is corroborated by an eyewitness, a Stephen Thomas, whose statement is, well, let's just say unforgettable.
Let me guess, he was right in the middle of the action.
He was actually completely naked, except for a brand new pair of New Balances.
Naked? In a karaoke bar?
His statement reads, "All I saw was a guy in a wheelchair catch on fire. He stood up," which made me shit myself already. But then I see all these acrobatic nut shots. Scared the fuck out of me.
I'm not sure what's more disturbing, the crunch foo or the fact that he was naked in public.
It's a toss-up. So what happens next? Well, Kenny, shoes finally unglued, runs out of the bar, still on fire, and vanishes for 2 weeks.
Wait, he was on fire? Like, actually on fire?
Oh yeah, full-on inferno. But before making his fiery escape, he lets out one final parting gift, a fart so potent it sets the entire bar ablaze.
This is insane. It's like a fever dream gone wrong.
I'm telling you, truth is stranger than fiction. But amidst all the chaos and absurdity, it leaves us with some pretty big questions.
Yeah, like how does one even learn crunch foo? Is there a crunch foo academy somewhere I'm missing out on?
And what happened to Kenny during those 2 weeks he went missing? Did he spontaneously combust? Did he seek out a crunch foo master of his own to enact revenge?
And perhaps most importantly, where can I get a pair of those fire-resistant New Balances? Asking for a friend, of course.
This deep dive has taken us to the outer limits of human behavior and left us with more questions than answers. But that's the beauty of these bizarre incident reports, isn't it? They offer a glimpse into the strange and unexpected corners of our world, reminding us that sometimes life is a lot weirder and more hilarious than we could ever imagine. Until next time, folks, keep those cereal boxes sealed tight. You never know what surprises might be lurking inside.
And for the love of all that is holy, maybe stay away from the karaoke bars.
Especially if you see a guy in nothing but New Balances.
Yeah, that's your cue to exit stage left.
Until next time, stay curious and stay safe out there. We'll see you on the flip side.